A market pullback, and which are the tokens that are most likely to get dumped from the FTX bankruptcy? These are the two things that I will discuss in this video. Stay tuned, let's get started. Alright everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner, your favorite video podcast where we discuss everything crypto related so you can navigate safely in the crypto space. Now a quick overview of the market before I move on to the hot topic of the day. We see that we are still continuing this strong bullish momentum that we built over the last couple of weeks. Bitcoin is 21,271 as of right now. It is slightly higher than yesterday, but at this point I feel that we are losing momentum. I think that we have already peaked and a pullback is coming. I will go into the chart of Bitcoin and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Ethereum is 1% up since yesterday. BNB is 0.50% up since yesterday. As you can see, at this point we're not really making these big jumps anymore. I feel that we have really exhausted this bull rally and that we are starting the pullback possibly later today, maybe tomorrow. XRP is already starting a minor pullback. It's pretty much the same price as yesterday, but you can see it is on the red. Cardano is pretty much the same as yesterday as well. Dogecoin had a mini pump today, 3.57% up in the last 24 hours. Solana is doing a pullback because yesterday it was actually pumping really hard. Over the last few days it was pumping. You can see here in the weekly in the last 7 days it's 42% up. Very strong performance from Solana. OKB is also a strong performance, 4.62% up since yesterday, 21% on the weekly, 51% it's added in the last 30 days. Matic is again above $1, but not for long. It's already started a pullback. It's getting rejected from this price point because this is a very strong resistance for Matic. You know, the $1 price range. It's also a psychological resistance range because it is a round number. But a very good performance overall on the weekly, 16%, and on the monthly 25%. Shiba today pumping significantly, almost 19% up in the last 24 hours, 38% on the weekly, 43% on the monthly. Very good performance from Shiba. And Litecoin, very similar to yesterday, only 1.78% up in the last 24 hours, 6% up on the weekly and 38% on the monthly. Well, Solana has managed to actually climb back in the top 10 with this move that it made yesterday, and even though it's correcting already, it's doing a minor pullback, it's still in the top 10, so we'll see what will Solana do. I'm personally thinking that Solana is going to have another stronger pullback, and it will go again into the $15-16 range, but I'm not really going to analyze the altcoins today. I will actually look at Bitcoin because I'm expecting a pullback in Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. And a pullback in Bitcoin is going to actually drag the whole market down with it. So I'm not really expecting any of these altcoins to be pumping as Bitcoin is doing a pullback. So we're going to look at Bitcoin, and whatever Bitcoin is doing, we can be guaranteed that the rest of the market will follow. Now, I actually want to discuss this article here. This is from the Cointelegraph, and they just posted this report where they're talking about the tokens that FTX is still holding and that are most likely at some point going to be dumped on the market, because sooner or later they will actually have to return some funds to the investors, to the users of FTX, even though it's not going to be all of the funds, but they have identified, the article says here, more than $5.5 billion in crypto assets that can be used to repay creditors, sparkling fears of a large swath of crypto assets that could be dumped on the markets. So some of these assets are liquid and other ones are illiquid. There is a $521 million of FTT token. So even though FTT was doing quite well over the last few days, we can see here, let me find it. Yes, we can see here, I mean, today it's down almost 14%, but 63% on the weekly and 89% on the monthly. FTT token, the dead token of FTX exchange, has managed to jump almost 100% on the monthly. I mean, if it wasn't for this 13% drop today, it was pretty much 100% up. in the last 30 days. I'm not really sure who is buying this token and why. Definitely it's just pure speculation, but it is one of the largest holdings of FTX, and if they are to get rid of these tokens in order to pay creditors, they will be dumping it. That will be causing a crash in the price. We're talking $530 million of FTT tokens, as well as $685 million worth of Solana tokens. This is one of the main reasons why I'm still keeping away from Solana. I have not jumped back into Solana. Even in the short term, I missed out on this big move of Solana's more than 60%, but I'm happy to miss out on this move because it is a risk that at this point I don't really want to take. Here is the more detailed list of the tokens that FTX is holding currently. This is in the millions. Solana is here first with $685 million worth. Then we have FTT with $521 million worth. Then we have a few stable coins altogether forming $245 million worth, and Bitcoin with $268 million worth, followed by Ethereum with $90 million worth. And then we have other ones that are kind of smaller amounts. I don't really feel that any of these are going to really change the price of these tokens that much. But I mean, Solana and FTT, and even with the $245 million worth of stable coins, this could be problematic. It's also interesting that Sam Bankman-Fried is continuing to post blogs. I mean, this is his latest post where he actually claims that FTX was solvent when it was handed to Sullivan and Cromwell, and is still solvent today, he claims. I mean, I don't really know what to say on this. For me, he should really just disappear, stop tweeting, stop posting blogs, stop talking, really, until the court case. And a very lengthy jail sentence is something that I'm expecting for him. We'll see how this will develop. Now let's move on to the charts and have a look at why I'm talking about a pullback, an imminent pullback in Bitcoin and across the board for all crypto assets. Alright, well, let's look at the chart of Bitcoin now, starting with the daily. As you can see, we actually broke above a few resistance points here that I had drawn. These were my targets on the way up. We managed to smash through all of this, no resistance whatsoever. Well, now it's really time to have a bit of a pullback, a decent pullback, I must say, is what I'm expecting. I mean, we've been in the overbought stochastic RSI for quite some time now. Overbought simple RSI, this doesn't really stay for too long. I mean, the last time we were this high in the simple RSI, I mean, we are right now at 79, almost 80% reading. This is something that we don't see very often. The last time we were this high in the RSI was back in January 2021. And we've had a couple of other examples where we were close to that range, not as high as it is right now, but we were quite close. We were above the 70% range, which is overbought. So let's take a look at what happens when we get there. Well, first of all, October 2021. This is where we were when we printed this high overbought RSI. We made a decent correction of almost 13%. Then we went a little bit higher, but after that, as you can see, we dropped heavily. And this is really a significant drop here because we printed a correction of around 40%. Let's take a look at the previous reading, which is here in February 21. We went into the overbought region in the RSI, after which we printed a correction of 25%. So this is also quite a significant pullback. And before that, in January 2021, we did the same thing. We printed overbought RSI and we corrected by 25-26%. And if we extend this, actually, it was almost a 30% correction following this overbought RSI reading. So this is where we are right now. We are in the overbought region in the simple and stochastic RSI. These two indicators do not often overlap. Bear in mind, my simple RSI is set on the 21 EMA because this way I'm getting a slightly more precise reading. And this is definitely calling for a pullback. I know I've been saying that for a few times already, but at this point, I'm expecting a drop, a significant pullback. Also, as you can see, we were going up in price over the last few days, but we were dropping in volume. And this is also an important indicator. This confluence in price action indicates that as the price has reached this point now, for the last few days, as we were going up in price, the buyer's appetite has diminished and we have less and less buyers volume here. This is also indicating a pullback. The markets are also quite far apart, calling for a tightening of these two lines, these two moving averages, which I'm expecting is going to happen very soon over the next few days, most likely. So let's see how far down can we go in this correction. I mean, we can only try to assume what's going to happen, but let's estimate. As you can see, two of my support lines coincide with these Fibonacci levels here. This is the 0.50 Fibonacci level, this one, and we have the 0.618, the golden Fibonacci ratio, sitting at 18,271. The 0.50 is sitting at 18,882. And I do have another one here at 19,965. Now, this is our previous high, our 2017 high, which is very likely that we will come and retest this range here, this level. In fact, I'm expecting that we will come even to retest this lower level here at 18,800, because let me just switch here the moving averages. The 21 and 34 moving average is what I'm going to look at right now. The 21 moving average on the daily, this is a moving average that a lot of the times after a strong rally, we come and we pull back to that moving average. So this is here a level that is crucial for me. It's very important that as we come down, we actually hold this level. Breaking below this moving average will indicate that we are continuing the bear cycle, we are continuing the bear trend, and we have not really done a trend reversal. Also, the 50th moving average on the daily is another very important moving average. Now, over the next few days, I'm expecting that this moving average will actually touch this level here, the golden Fibonacci ratio. So a pullback to that moving average and that golden Fibonacci ratio is also a very likely scenario. This is why I have these three levels. So my first target, on the way down, my first target is this level here, which is our 2017 high. The second one is the 0.50 Fibonacci ratio sitting at 18,800. And my third target, 18,280, is the 50th moving average and the golden Fibonacci pocket. Now, I'm not really sure that right now we have enough of a bearish sentiment to go down there, but bear in mind, as we start correcting and pulling back, the sentiment will change very quickly. So even though we are in a very bullish sentiment over the last couple of weeks, this could change. And as the sentiment changes, more selling will kick in. So I'm expecting that at least coming to that 0.50 Fibonacci ratio is a very likely scenario. It also coincides with the 21 moving average. So this is yet another indicator that is giving me more confidence to say that it is a very possible scenario that we pull back to the 19,000 range, 18,800, 18,900, 19,000. This is really the most likely scenario for me. Looking on the weekly, we can see that we have not yet reached the 34 moving average. This is the exponential moving average. The 34 is important because breaking above it is definitely going to indicate a strong bull rally coming for us. But for the time being, this is acting as a resistance. We haven't actually reached it yet. So it is possible that we go a little bit higher and we touch this moving average, which is sitting at 22,000 as of right now, at which point we are most likely going to get rejected and we're going to start the pullback that I'm talking about. Also, we can see that we can identify here yet another possible support, which is the 21 moving average, the weekly moving average, sitting at 19,600. So it is also likely that we come down and we get stopped at this moving average on the weekly, because during a bull rally, this is yet another moving average that is acting as a support. Here in January 2022, we had a mini bull rally and we managed to break above both of these moving averages. We only stayed there for about a week though, because as you see, this is the weekly. We have one weekly candle where we went above them, and the next week we actually managed to drop back below. So right now we only managed to break above this moving average. We've been here for a week, just about a week. Last week we managed to break above it. Now we are still above it, but as we come down to retest, if we don't find the support at this moving average and we break below it, we are going to continue the bearish trend. This is why I'm saying that it's important to hold this level, or we could actually break below this level. We could find the support at the 0.50 Fibonacci ratio, and we can continue the uptrend from there, breaking yet again above this moving average and then heading towards the higher, the 34 exponential moving average, which is definitely going to be a challenge for us. But once we break this moving average, we are going to see a very strong bull rally afterwards. This is what I'm looking forward to, but as of right now, I'm seeing a very strong indication of a pullback, of a correction. You can see here on the weekly, again, price going up with volume going down, and volume significantly going down all the way from here. So all of this move, this whole bull rally that happened over the last couple of weeks has been happening with a very low volume. I mean, compared to all of this price action here, this is a very low volume, guys. So I don't really like this. This kind of a breakout is pretty much a liquidity grab. All of the shorts were getting liquidated. I mean, so many shorts got liquidated because nobody really expected such a strong move. Look at that. This is in just 1 week. This is one weekly candle that let's just see, what is that? This is a 26% in 1 week, and if we actually take it from the bottom, from where this started, it is a 36% jump that is not really supported with enough volume. So yet again, a correction from here is the most likely scenario, and I'm definitely playing this. I am selling as of right now. I've already sold quite a few of my Bitcoin and Ethereum. I exited a lot of the altcoin positions that I took over the last week. I was doing some swing trading. As of right now, I've sold Litecoin, I've sold Matic, I've sold Axie and Avalanche, and pretty much all of the tokens that I was swing trading, I've gotten out of, and I'm selling Bitcoin as of right now, and Ethereum as well, because when Bitcoin starts correcting, it will pull the whole market down. That's why I'm not even going to go into Ethereum and the other coins right now, because there's no point. I'm expecting a decent pullback in Bitcoin, which will cause a decent pullback in all of the markets. And as I see this pullback happening, I will be scooping Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of the other altcoins yet again. And I will let you know which altcoins I'm buying. Lastly, I'm going in the shorter time frame here. This is the 8-hour chart, and what we can see here is, yet again, we see the volume dropping significantly over the last couple of days as the price was going up. Stochastic RSI has gone into the oversold region, indicating that we could actually still go a little bit higher. We do have a little bit of a strength to go slightly above this price level here, and then we're going to start the pullback. The markets are already printing a bearish cross though. They just printed a bearish cross. So definitely the pullback is imminent. So take this into account and play it to your advantage. Keep your crypto safe with the best cold storage on the market. Keystone Wallet, air-gapped device with top-tier security. Alright guys, well this was everything for today's episode. Thanks for staying until the end. I hope this is helping you, and if it does, show your support. Leave a like and a comment below. Share this with someone else who would also benefit from watching it. Make sure you're subscribed, because I will be posting some very important news very soon and analysis on the market. I will also be sharing with you the altcoins and tokens that I will be accumulating as we see the pullback. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting the next episode, and while you're here, just pick another one of my videos and I'll see you there.